Hello everyone, Gaara here once again with a post-Dreamhack vlog since I'm no longer part of the tournament but I'm still attending the event. I decided to make this kind of not a weekly thing but more like a tournament thing, that at every event I'm just gonna ramble a bit about how the production went, how everything is behind the scenes, because when you guys are watching or following the tournament on the stream, you don't know how much the players are affected behind the scenes, if there's some drama going on, if some players miss their flights. Like this time Xixo lost, or his wallet got stolen while he was sleeping on the airplane, and then he stayed at a transit airport for like the whole day basically till his sister arrived and brought him his passport, and then he arrived way later at a tournament. Stuff like that you don't really see when you're watching a stream, or if someone didn't get any sleep, you know, because there was some random stuff going on, and yes, we had to bring someone to the hospital, and then when you sleep 3 hours it really affects your gameplay. And yeah, I think this is pretty interesting for you guys to bring you guys closer to the event and closer to the players. So yeah, I'm still at Dreamhack Bucharest, the PGL Tavern Tales. I dropped out of the tournament today, unfortunately. But I'm practicing more of handling the whole state of the game. As you guys know, 99% of the pro players are not happy with the current state of the game. Just to bring you one game in specific closer, when I played against Toy in the like elimination match, it came down to I lost to his druid 3 times, and we played this game. I played my Ends of Control warrior. I can show you guys even here the list in the background. That might be interesting as well. Here are my decks. I played this deck against him, and he played York Druid, Mali, York Druid, and I wrote down everything. I counted this amount of spells. He played Emperor at some point with 7 cards in hand. I counted the cards that were reduced. I counted the cards that he played that were reduced. I counted like the cards he got from Raven, Idols, every spell for York. So I knew when he used only 5 spells that his York is not strong enough. I obviously counted my own cards, the amount of removals I have left, how much, you know, card draw I have left, all that stuff. And basically all of it didn't matter. It all came down to York. Like all the stuff, usually like 2 years ago, just making notes and playing perfectly around your opponent's deck, your opponent's cards, mattered so much, it decided games. But nowadays we we improved a lot as players after 2 years, make it memorizing more stuff, like even without writing stuff down. But none of it mattered. It came down to York anyways. He plays York, he dealt like 12 damage to my face, he got even a reduced Ragnaros and stuff like that. It just didn't matter. Like the whole game previously to York just didn't matter. I didn't throw like a shield slam or like a shield block, then I would have been out of range. Yeah, but everyone said, yeah, you couldn't do anything. York won him the game. He says it himself. It's just very frustrating. But I learned to deal with it, and I want to focus on, just because this is another reason. Like I was diehard competing, and I spent so much time preparing for tournaments. I prepared so much time for the preliminaries. For every single preliminaries, I prepared for 2 weeks, and Blizzard calls it double elimination at the HTC. But it's not really double elimination. So when you go to the preliminaries, when you qualify through points, you have to win 5 rounds in the winners bracket to get to the regionals, where you play a single elimination, best of 7, with 8 other people, which is basically crazy in a card game like Hearthstone. But they call it double elimination, but that's like a lie to the viewers. I don't know, because if you drop to as soon as you drop to the losers bracket, almost everyone gives up, like inside, because you have to win 9 rounds instead of 5 rounds. It's just super unfair. And every player who qualifies for the prelims is a good player, because everyone has multiple top 100 legend finishes, you know, won multiple cups, you know, won majors. All those players can qualify. that go to the prelims. Like, your edge in preliminaries as a pro player is the lowest, because everyone who goes to the prelims, all those 128 people, they're all good players. Like, they didn't just randomly, won a cup or whatever. You have to be consistently good to get to preliminaries, and then to have it like double elimination. But that's like a completely other thing. I can make a video just about the HTC format and the problems about the HTC format. Why do we see so few people qualifying for BlizzCon from the pro players? And I can make a video about that. If you guys, let me know in the comments if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure it would be interesting to make a video about that, but I want to focus on this vlog about just this tournament that I just played. Today I had a group with live coach Hoy, Akavonda, and myself. First of all, we played later. We were the only group that started at 2 p.m. local time, and that is awesome. When you're traveling, you arrive one day before they went. And then when you can like sleep in, you go to bed usually at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., depends, And then you don't have, like the other players had to wake up super early at 7 a.m. Colento, for example, he arrived at, I think, 1 a.m. at night, and he has to play at 9, And then he has to get to the venue at 7, and you basically have to wake up 6 the latest, and then you sleep 5 or 4 hours the most. So if he doesn't sleep at the plane, you're just not well rested, and that sucks. And you guys don't see that on stream. It can really affect your play if you don't sleep enough. Like, Hearthstone is mainly if games are not decided by York or Tusker RNG, it comes down to skill and preparation. And if you're not well rested, you don't eat well enough. Sometimes at events we don't have like good food. There's only like sodas, Red Bulls, Coca-Cola. They don't have waters. We have been at venues but they don't have water. And that sucks. You have to like search for water, and you have games, sometimes you play for 10, 12 hours, and you have to stay on a very high level. And if you sleep for 3 hours and you have to play 10 hours competitive matches on highest level, it's easy to make one misplay, and one misplay can cost you the tournament. So today I played against live coach. The pick and ban phase was off stream, probably because it takes too long. For example, my pick and ban versus live coach took at least half an hour. He's a very analytical person, and he has like he had a crazy strategy. He had 9 decks prepared, and he prepared for every scenario. Like, if someone picks, probably even when someone bans priest or picks priest first, whatever, he was prepared for everything. But every single step of the ban pick took a long time. You can imagine. It's kind of this. It's also reflected in the games, but he's an incredibly well player, and he was the only player, to be honest, that I didn't want to face the first round, because in the very first round he can surprise you with some really new stuff, new decks. Later on, it's when you know the decks list, when you watch the stream from the players play against each other, this guy has Control Warrior, this guy has Zoo. It's much easier to pick and ban and not get picked and outbanned and outpicked. So against him specifically, it's just to break it down quickly, it was a 9 deck format. We had to bring all 9 classes. It was both players pick ban one deck first, and then both players pick one deck from the remaining 8 classes, and then double ban, one pick, double ban, and then you can pick one deck from the 2 remaining decks. So it is very similar to the Wire game format, and it is good that they changed it from 6 bans to 5 bans, because otherwise everyone would end up with priest, and that would not be entertaining or to watch, also for the viewers, but also not for the players, because you just force everyone to play priest. As you guys might know, like, priest is known to be the worst class in Hearthstone right now. But it performed quite good in the tournament. Also, not so much for me because I played it only once, but priest was not one of my worst decks. That's for sure. So against Live, so he had a really good strategy. I mean, it comes down to just draws. Let's be honest. Like, he plays amazingly well. But the games can go either way. I could have easily beaten him, and then I go to winners bracket and have 2 chances to go through. Like, just a quick rundown. He starts with Warrior. He almost 3-0'd me with the Dragon Warrior. But I think that was, before I move on, I want to talk about the only flaw in this format. Like, if we have this format again, it would be insane if we have double pick first. The biggest problem about this format was that we ban one class and then pick 1 out of 8, and there's like two broken classes right now. It's like Warrior, Shaman, and Druid. In Last Hero Standing, you can easily get swept by any of those classes. Occasionally you can also get swept by Zoo, but the problem is that Warrior is just too strong. Like, Warrior has so many archetypes and it's very, very powerful. You would like to ban it. You would like to ban Shaman because of Tasca. You would like to ban Druid because of Yoxaron. And yeah, just mainly the deck around Yoxaron and Malygos. Yeah, in the first match against Life Coach, I ended banning Druid because it's his comfy pick. You can say like that. Like, Life Coach's performance is the best with Druid, and Life Coach is not known for playing like Mage or Zoo or like Warlock or Priest or Rogue. Like, sometimes he plays Rogues, but I kind of forced him to pick classes he's not comfortable with. But he gets to pick one class he wants, basically, with this system, because you can pick one class out of 8 in the second pick and ban stage. So first you ban one, and then you both pick one, and you can only ban one class. So I ban Druid, and then he can still ban Shaman or Warrior, and both decks can easily 3-0 like any lineup. So you have to be super prepared for it. As you guys maybe notice, I can bring you some examples. Like, Thijs had almost the same lineup as Life Coach, and he targeted Shaman and got 3-0'd by Shaman. So this is how it can go. This is a very good example of the flaw of this format. So, but if you had 2 bans in the first stage, there would be like Paladins and Priests and Rogues all over the place. But yeah, the last pick was really cool, where you have 2 decks left. Very often it's like Rogue and Priest or Paladin Priest, but you can still choose one of them. You don't have to play both, right? So that was really cool. But the first pick, I really hated it. It decided basically everything, like the whole strategy and something. And I think you could still pick a broken class, right? Druid was picked by Hoy against me. I banned against him the Warrior, because I almost got 3-0'd by Life Coach's Warrior. So Warrior is just obviously the strongest class right now, and then we have Druid and Warlock and Shaman, but all of those classes can sweep you. So one player will have basically one of those classes that can 3-0, and that's what's pretty bad. So he first picked Druid, and I think my lineup against Druid was completely fine. It's just I couldn't do anything. Like, as I described it, like, both make notes. I have pretty good hand, even. Like, my opener was nice. I had the Warx into Bash, into Infested Tauren. It's a pretty good starting hand, but nothing that happened in the game mattered, because it just came down to York. Like, he dealt 12 phase damage. He played a Paladin card that reduced that gives you a random minion, which cost is reduced by 1, and he got Ragnarok, so I would have lost the game no matter what. And yeah, he got Spellbender, so I couldn't clear the board, and it's just Yoxaron, yeah. It's frustrating. Like, Colento was off stream, he played off stream, he tweeted that he lost because of Yoxaron in the decider match. It's just very, very frustrating from a pro player perspective, we travel to those events, and then York plays such a big role, even though it's just one card, right? Because it's your win condition, and the decks that are built around Yoxaron, they have so much draw that you will just end up drawing Yoxaron. So, the production was fine. Oh, one big thing, what you also don't see on stream, is the room was boiling hot. I don't know if you could see it, but I was sweating. It was insane. It was like 40 degrees. Crazy. Like, I'm wearing contact lenses. If you're watching my stream, you guys know they're dry all the time. It's so annoying. Also, I think this little table, the setup was not very comfortable, where we have the barrels, like with the chairs were like, you couldn't move the chairs, and the chairs were very close to the barrels, and you couldn't put your feet under a barrel. I don't know if you ever sit down like next to a barrel on a chair with a laptop, but like a normal table has like empty space for your legs, but a barrel doesn't have empty space, so it's very uncomfortable to just sit there and play for 2 hours. Also, Yeah, like as I said, it was boiling hot, and we have to put our drinks always on the floor, and to pick it up. And the chairs were like very tall. It's like very annoying. So yeah, a lot of downtime always between the games. You know, they call you to the room, hurry up, and then you have to wait 2 hours. Yeah, it's not exaggeration. Literally 2 hours after they say hurry up, you must be here now. And this boiling hot room. The room was also pretty boring, by the way. You guys, if you should check it out also tomorrow. If you watch the stream, you rarely see someone sitting behind the caster couch. You see all those sofas, and you might be wondering, why is nobody sitting there from the place? Why is nobody chilling out there? Because there's nothing to do. We don't have Wi-Fi. There's no screen. We cannot watch the games from there. So, and it's boiling hot. There's no reason to sit there, so they could have like organized it a little bit better there, just to have something to do. Just give us a screen to watch the games. So it was super boring. So yeah, this is why there's nobody sitting there. Maybe it's kind of cool for you guys to know. Yeah, and then I got 3-0 by York Druid. Overall, I was pretty happy with my lineup. I want to give shout out to like a boss. He helped me out with my decks. While I'm talking, I will just open the deck list and show you guys. I will also be streaming from here. I have very good internet, as I told you in the last vlog. And I'm not sure if I will stream today. It's already 10 p.m. It's pretty late. I'm exhausted. I will just probably take a shower and go to sleep. But yeah, I wanna talk about this. I hope you guys like this kind of stuff. I wanna make it like a tournament thing. Every tournament, just talk about stuff that is going on, maybe about drama that you are missing, and just about the formats. As I said, this format is pretty close to being really cool, but there's still, because of the first pick mainly, right? You can pick one deck out of 8. It's still that you can pick those stupid decks where you can just sweep someone. And that's not cool, because we don't have a ban format, right? So, but it's a step towards the right direction. Also for the top 8, we have double elimination, super cool. So one good player will definitely win this tournament, someone who prepared a lot. I'm rooting for Tessin, great guy, and I hope he's winning his first major here. And yeah, what else is there to say? Yeah, I said that Xixo missed his, he actually lost his wallet. I think I heard that JJ's bag also got stolen, which is really bad when stuff like this happens. Like, it definitely affects you in some way when you're playing, and imagine you lose your wallet, man, before. It's terrible. Yeah, Romania, what can we say? Usually I love Romania. I only have like good experiences with Romania. Also the PGL, the production from PGL is insanely great. One of the best production crews there is right now in Hearthstone. Great guys. You also see it on the stream. They now post like highlights direct after the games. It's amazing. But yeah, the people are always cool. All the Hearthstone players are super friendly. And so that's it for this vlog. If you like this kind of video, please give me a like so I know that you like this kind of videos. As I said, I will probably stream either tomorrow. Tomorrow I will stream for sure. And that's it for this video. I hope it's not too long, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.